So for anybody who's interested in learning more with me, Yoga Nidra is my specialty, and I greatly enjoy leading Yoga Nidra. The channel Tripura Mandala is now 10 years old, has 50,000 subscribers, and I do a Yoga Nidra immersion course every 3 months. So 4 times a year, every 3 months. It is a 12-week course where we meet once a week. And the first half of the class is theory. And the second half of the class is practice. And these 3 months, the number 3, this is modeled after this knowledge as well. After the syllable Om, the 3 states of mind, the 3 stages of Yoga Nidra. Each month is given 1 stage. Month 1 is Ah, month 2 is U, month 3 is Or for Yoga Nidra, we can understand month 1 is for the physical body, the conscious mind, and developing physical relaxation. And Nidra, physical sleep, putting the physical body to sleep while you stay awake. That's the first objective of Yoga Nidra for the gross level. Then we go to the subtle level, the U for Swapna and for the Sukshma. And this is the conscious dreaming stage or psychic sleep stage, where you are purifying the psyche. You are allowing any of the impressions, the samskaras, to come up from your past. And what is a samskara? It's an impression from your past that you've latched onto. You are projecting identity onto it. You are projecting a sense of self onto it. You are trying to derive a sense of self from this experience from your past. That is a samskara. And so we have these different thoughts and emotions and impressions in the psyche that we have to purify, and we have to realize that that is not me, not self, not self. This is impermanent, subject to change, therefore it is not self, not the real me. That is the second month for the conscious dreaming stage, the intermediary stage of Yoga Nidra. And then the advanced stage of Yoga Nidra is for the 3rd month, the 3rd stage, which is the Sushupti, which is true Yoga Nidra. This is conscious unconsciousness, where now you've purified the psyche at least enough so that you can have a sufficient level of relaxation and inner silence. You are awake in the no mind state. The mind is not active, but you are awake. And so this is the different gradations of samadhi, the different gradations of the no mind state, which is Turiya, which is true Yoga Nidra. True Yoga Nidra, as it is described scripturally, for example, in the Tripura Rahasya, it describes Yoga Nidra. This is a medieval text. In this case, Yoga Nidra means this in-between state that we come to in the 3rd stage of Yoga Nidra.
Yeah. Great.
So
yeah,
I invite everybody, you can come join, and every single time that I do it, it changes a little. The live session is different every time because it's not scripted. So it's a lot of spontaneous, spirit-led Yoga Nidra for you.
Yeah. Yeah, and if I can talk for myself as a student, I really also felt that it was really nice that you also gave a Yoga Nidra session at the end, so that you can, and so that I could experience that live, because I can listen to you, to your Tripura Mandala, but it's a different experience when you just give it live in the moment.
It's just like, you said that we spend so much money on clothing, we spend so much money on food, and at times you'll treat yourself to some really nice food, or you'll treat yourself to a really nice article of clothing, right? But we don't oftentimes have that same awareness, I think, of why we should also invest in our spiritual life for ourselves as well, however that may be. And that's why sadhana is so important. Really, the yoga that I teach is yoga sadhana. I'm focused on teaching yoga first and foremost as a way of reclaiming your spiritual power, and so that you can experience your true nature and become liberated. The therapy and all of that is secondary. If you recall, even in this interview, I told you that the very first sankalpa of Tripura Yoga was for sadhana, was to create aids for sadhana. And then the second sankalpa came about when I went back out into the world and people were telling me about how they cannot sleep. And so as therapy, it's secondary. Because if you're doing yoga, then you won't need therapy. If you're doing asana every day, you don't even need a massage. It's great. It's better than a massage. Yoga is better than a massage.
Yeah.
But, the whole practical component. So for example, we were talking about how in the 3-month immersion, the first half is theory, is actual live yoga nidra session. This is very important. And this doesn't all just stay in the intellect. This is really a science for your soul. And so for it to, we don't want to arm our ego. And if it only stays at the intellectual level, then it arms our ego. And then there's the danger that you won't even do sadhana because intellectually you think, I already understand it all so well. I understand it, I don't need to do it because I know it so well. And the transformation eludes you. You don't have that transformation. In order for that transformation to occur, which we all want, that's why we're attracted to yoga, there must be the component of personal practice. Experience is king. And for experience to occur, you have to have that component of daily personal practice. So for example, we do the Yoga Nidra session at the end. Most Tripura Yoga programs are structured in that way. First half practice, second half theory. So anybody can join the live sessions. They are donation based. So whatever you want to give, you can give to be a part of that, or you can join for free. And it's also being archived at Tripura TV. And this is integral Kriya Yoga because this is taking, Satyananda Yoga, Bihar School of Yoga, all the way back to Shivananda. This lineage is, it promotes an integral form of yoga where we don't only do asana. We combine Hatha Yoga with Raja Yoga, with Kriya Yoga, with Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. This is called the Yoga Chakra of Swami Satyananda. The Yoga Chakra of Swami Satyananda has these 6 spokes in the wheel, right? The first one is Hatha, then Raja, then Kriya, then Karma, then Bhakti, finally Jnana. And so this addresses, because we are multidimensional beings. So we need the Hatha Yoga for the body. And we need the Raja Yoga and the Kriya Yoga for the emotions and the mind. And also Bhakti Yoga is good for the emotions. Karma Yoga is good for your actions, for your daily life. And then for the mind and the intellectual side of life, we have Jnana Yoga. So in Integral Kriya Yoga, we are presenting all of these 6 spokes of the Yoga Chakra. We are presenting these in a 3-year program in which we meet once a week, and it's in a quarter system. So 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. There's a total of 12 quarters in the 3-year program. And we are currently in year number 2. So that is available for everybody. The Antar Mouna is a real gift. If you can give yourself this training, it's a real gift. Just imagine what being able to enjoy inner silence at will allow you to enjoy in life. I think a lot of us have kind of given up hope on ever being able to control our mind and to ever having mental silence. But the title of this 6-month training is 6 months to mental silence, because it is a grandiose objective to be able to have real, profound mental silence. That is a grandiose objective. It is one of the greatest achievements you could hope for in life. The training is 6 months long. It's only $200. And I know that sounds like a lot, but if you think about that fruit of being able to enjoy mental silence, that is greater than a degree. That is greater than, so many things, a new suit or a night out of fine dining. We will oftentimes spend that much on such events, but will you invest in that for your spiritual health and for your psychological health, to be able to have, and it is a realistic objective, and it does take 6 months is what we have found. We've found that through not only what has been written by Swami Satyananda, that's what he advises in his writings, but we have found that out as well, us as a community in Tripura Yoga, we've already done Antar Mouna before, and we've done similar practices. It does take about 6 months. And after that 6 months, not only will you be able to have deep, calm, peace, mental silence, but you can begin to enjoy profound levels of deep meditation. You go really deep into your meditation practice as a result of this. But it does take about 6 months of diligent, daily, if not daily, then at least 5 times a week of consistent practice, where you dedicate 6 months of your life to develop this skill of inner silence.
And if you just would see somebody on the street and you would describe in a few sentences why they should come to Antar Mouna instead of Yoga Nidra, what would you say then?
I think the best benefit that you can get out of it, aside from the spirituality, if you put all the spirituality aside and just look at the other benefits, this is really teaching you how to become your own therapist and how to be able to resolve all of the inner conflicts, the disharmonious thought patterns, beliefs, memories, all of it, all the junk. Because even if you have the best therapist, and I am for psychotherapy, I think that it's a good practice, and I'm not against going for professional psychotherapy. But even if you have the best psychotherapist, it is still you who has to do the groundbreaking work. It's still you who has to face whatever is within your own heart. You have to have the courage to face it. And then you can bring resolve. You can bring resolve to issues that maybe there's been a certain amount of tension and disharmony in your psyche for so long that you might not even be aware of it anymore. But when you relieve that level of tension, you will experience a level of bliss and tranquility and harmony and serenity in your daily life that is so sweet. It is so sweet. You're not even aware. You can't even imagine it because we don't know those things we've forgotten about. We've given up on them. There's certain disharmonies and struggles and tensions in our heart that we've given up on, we've forgotten about, but they're still there and it's still creating tension. And so Antar Mouna gives you a chance to develop deeper and deeper and deeper levels of inner silence, where you not only learn how to enjoy moments of inner silence during meditation, but that silence becomes increasingly more profound. And what does that mean? From the outside, you won't be able to tell a difference. But on the inside, your entire inner world has been transformed. It's like you're always on holiday. Every moment is so sweet, and you become more available to these precious moments of your life, to be able to enjoy just being, where you don't even need an object of desire, just to be in this moment wherever you go. That contentment, that sweetness, that self-born bliss and pleasure is there. And you gain more access to that as you go deeper within and cultivate awareness and develop inner silence. So it enriches all areas of your life, because it's enriching from the very core, from the very heart outwards. And now you become more available to life. You become more present, which is going to enrich your interpersonal relationships. It's going to enrich your romantic relationships, your family relationships, your professional relationships, your relationship with yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you become best friends with yourself, yeah, you can also become more best friends with other person.
That's it.
So yeah, and yeah, we're so used to give our energy to the outer world, but then we give it to ourselves. And when we give that energy to ourselves, we can also give more to the outer world. So it actually seems that it might be sometimes egoistic to give it to ourselves, but actually, yeah, we make a better version of ourselves. And
that's it.
Yeah, it's yeah. So that's great, Devatma.
Yeah, it's connecting you to that part of you that is your favorite part of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's like those favorite memories you have from your childhood, from your teenage years of being on summer vacation, and you just have pure contentment, that 100% contentment of you in your favorite vacation place. That level of joy is always available to you. It's always there. And you can read that spark and that love and that magic and that love for a life, for just being alive. You can rediscover that through meditation. And that is what Antar Mouna, these 6 stages of Antar Mouna, they reconnect you to that. And Antar Mouna, it is a 6-month program. You can begin to gain benefits from it starting from month 1, because month 1 is listening. The stage 1 of Antar Mouna is listening. And this is my favorite kind of meditation to do. If I go for a hike or I'm in nature and I go someplace new and I want to sit down and just absorb my environment and kind of just dissolve into my environment, where again, I'm not wearing any hats. I don't have any roles in society or the world. I'm just a human being in nature. I'm just Atman in nature, experiencing bliss. And we can experience that much more quickly, for example, by chanting Om. So I think now would be a good time. Yeah, what do you think?
Well, thank you very much, Devatma.
Yeah, well, before we go, let's chant Om together.
Yeah, we but
all
for
together.
The information part.
So now your listeners have a theory for this practice. We know a little bit about the map of what this is describing. And we also know where this is aiming, what we are aiming for in this practice. So we can now chant Om 11 times at our own pace. And feel the vibration of Om in the heart, and then expand your awareness with the silence between chants as well. So you get a chance to be able to just experience that natural bliss of the no mind state between chanting Om. Sound good?
Great.
Great. So we will begin by relaxing the 3 levels of our being, the gross, subtle, and causal, by first bringing our awareness to the physical body. Scan your awareness around all the muscles and allow physical relaxation to become your focus. And as soon as the body relaxes, you naturally become aware of the breath, the subtle, the sukshma. Just watch the breath, become aware of all the movements in the body by all the muscles involved in the act of breathing. Just by becoming aware to these muscles of respiration, they become relaxed, and you begin to breathe deeper and slower, very naturally and spontaneously, as a natural result of awareness. So we now expand that awareness to the mind and the causal level. Perceive your state of mind. What mode is the mind currently in? What thoughts are currently manifesting on the surface of the mind? Do not judge or overanalyze, just see them for how they are. Remind yourself, I am not these thoughts. I am not my body. I am not my emotions. I am not my thoughts. And become aware to your inner state of being. Steady your awareness within the core of your heart and become aware of your center. Become centered within yourself. And from this place of inner strength, you can still the mind, the breath, and the body, and enjoy relaxation on all these outer manifest parts of yourself. The gross, the subtle, the causal. Become aware to the hub of your heart, the space of the heart, Hridayakash. And keep your focus in Hridayakash, the heart space, as you chant the mantra Om. And expand your awareness from the heart outwards, perceiving inner and outer silence in between recitations of Om. Chanting of Pranava mantra Om 11 times at your own pace begins now. Remain still and silent with awareness expanded. Perceiving the natural bliss of this present moment. The serenity within mental silence. And the perfect contentment of your own natural state of being. Within mental silence, there is the infinite bliss of eternal existence. The sweet bliss of this present moment. Create a mental image of your surrounding environment and of your body seated in meditation. Feel the points of contact where your body meets the surface beneath you. And very gently begin to reinitiate movement with your body as you stretch and open your eyes to end this meditation. The practice of Om chanting is now complete. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Thank you so much, Devatma. Yeah.
Thank you so much as well, Atmalila. It's been a real treat to have this time together and to share with your audience as well. Thank you so much.